Welcome back to vtgames.vn anyone can code series, and this time I'm going to explain to you theoretically about some jump statements. Okay, and in any of the programming language, normally you're going to have the following jump statement, which is the return statements. Okay, the break statements and the break statements and the continue statements. Continue statement. Some programming languages also support the goto statements, but the goto statement is very troublesome for your code legibility, also for difficulties of debugging your codes. That's why most of the time we don't use the goto statement, but you can use the other ways of coding instead of using goto statement. That's why in this case I'm not going to explain about the goto statement. So I want to briefly explain about the return statement. Return statement is normally you have a method like int add, int x, int y. Then the return statement is going to return x plus y, and in this case it's going to let's say just make it let's say we're gonna make it this way, do it slowly. You're gonna declare int g equal to x plus y, then you return g. Okay, then this one finish the method. For this case, the return statement is used, okay, to finish the method add here. Okay, so it's gonna exit the method add. Okay, or anyway, return statement is to finish the method. Okay, it's like the fish here. If you jump, then you're gonna finish. You're not gonna stay in any tank there. Okay, it's different from the other kinds, and this is the kind that I'm gonna focus today, which is the break and continue statements. Okay, the break and continue statements are normally used with the loopings or for loops, while loops, do while loops, and let's say this one is the for loops, which is staying within another, okay, main method inside here. Okay, your for loops stay inside another method, and when you use break and jump, you just temporarily jump out of the for loops, or permanently jumping out of the for loops. Let's say if you use break, it is permanently jumping out of the for loops and stay back to your methods, which is containing the for loops. Or in case of continue, you temporarily jumping out of the for loops, okay, or the loops in general, jumping out of the loop and then get back to the loop again in next looping. So I'm going to just use some code to demonstrate about the break statement. So you have a for loops, you're going to declare int I equal to 0. You have a for loop to loop from I from 0, I smaller, as long as I smaller than 10, I plus plus, okay, and you're going to display I. If you run this one, normally you don't get the result as you learned from previous session, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, and then finish the loop. If you don't understand this one, please read my previous sessions about the for loops executions. Okay, but the special thing right now is I'm gonna add some code on top of this. If okay, if I'm gonna check I equal to 5. If I equal to 5, I'm gonna break out of the loops. Okay, so it's just like break out of the loop, get back to the methods. Okay, break out of the loops. Okay, so it's gonna run normally from 0. Okay, I equal to 0, and check I equal to 0, I equal to 5 now. So it's display I, so 0 is okay. Similarly, it's going to display 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I equal to 5, okay, it's going to check if I equal to 5, it's going to break out of the loop, so jump out of the loop and get back to the method, jump out of the loop and get back to the method. So it's going to jump out of the loops, okay, jump out of the loops. So it will not display I anymore and finish the loop. So you will not have the result from this one up. This one is if you are using the break statements. Okay. Now, similarly, if you are using the continue statements, and I'm going to use the code, okay, like this. And again, if you don't have the any break or jump statements there, it's gonna execute and display 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and finish the loop there. However, I'm gonna add on top here the condition, which is if, okay, if I equal to 5, again we're going to continue. So the continue is different from the break. It doesn't finish the looping. It just jump up for one loops and it's gonna jump back to the same time again, or jump back to the loop again. So in this case, instead of display from 0 up until 9, for first one, it's going to display 0 is fine, and it's going to check if 0 equal to 5. No, it's not equal to 5, so it's going to display 0. Now then similarly, it's going to increase and display 1, display 2, display 3, display 4, and when it is equal to 5, okay, it's going to check I equal to 5, then it's true. If it's true, it's going to continue. Continuous means it's not going to execute the other lines of the for loops anymore. It's not going to execute this line anymore, but it's continue to get back to the for loops. It's different from the break. Break won't finish the loop, but the continue will not execute the other lines after the continue statements. So it's not going to display I, but it still come back to the for loop to increase I become 6. Okay, increase I becomes 6. Check the condition and continue execution. So you will miss one step, which is number 5. Okay, but it will continue to display the other values. Okay, but you miss one, which is number 5. Okay, so it's a temporary jump up one loop and get back to the loop again. Okay, so that's why the previous one is 0 to 4 in case of break, but this one is 0 to 4, then it jump only one, okay, loop, then it's get back to the loop again, continue until the loop finish. Okay, so the result won't be 0 up into 4 out one loops, then from 6 to 9. Okay, so come to the next session. I'm going to demonstrate about the I'm going to use programming languages to demonstrate about the things inside here. Okay.